All right, Leeds faithful, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you will have you throwing your scarf at the wall and questioning everything about this transfer window. We're talking about 3 absolutely devastating blows that have hit Elland Road in the space of just days. And trust me, this is the kind of stuff that makes you wonder if the football gods have something personal against our beloved whites. Picture this, you've got your morning coffee, you're scrolling through transfer news. With that usual mix of hope and dread that every Leeds fan knows too well, and then bam, not 1, not 2, but 3 gut-punching defeats that'll make you question whether Adam Underwood knows what he's doing or if we're just destined to watch our targets slip through our fingers like sand. We're talking about a left back who chose Jose Mourinho over Elland Road, a Brazilian midfielder who snubbed us like we were offering him a Sunday league contract, and a versatile defender who's heading to London while we are left counting our pennies. This isn't just bad luck, Leeds faithful. This is a systematic dismantling of our summer plans that would make even the most optimistic fan reach for the tissues. But here's the thing that's got me absolutely fuming, and you should be too. These aren't just any players we're talking about. These are exactly the kind of signings that could have transformed our Premier League campaign from a relegation battle into something special. The kind of moves that separate the wheat from the chaff. The big boys from the also-rans. Smash that like button if you're as frustrated as I am. Drop a comment telling me which of these defeats hurts the most, and make sure you're subscribed because this transfer window is far from over and you need to stay ahead of every twist and turn. Because what I'm about to reveal about our first crushing defeat involves a name that'll make every Leeds fan's blood boil, especially when you find out who we lost him to and why it happened. This is going to hurt, Leeds faithful, but you need to know the truth about what's really happening behind the scenes at Elland Road. And there it is, Leeds faithful, the name that's been haunting Elland Road corridors for weeks. Archie Brown, the $7 million English left back who was supposed to solve our defensive nightmare, has just delivered the most brutal slap in the face imaginable by choosing Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce over US. Let me paint you the picture that'll make your blood boil. We've been desperate for a proper left back since Charlie Taylor packed his bags for Burnley, and we've tried everything. Barry Douglas. I couldn't stay fit. Johnny Alioski was championship level at best. Stuart Dallas was being shuffled around like a deck of cards. And don't even get me started on Junior Firpo's 2-year disaster show in the Premier League. So when Archie Brown emerged as our salvation, this flying English left back who's been tearing up Belgium with Gent, banging in goals and assists like he's playing FIFA on easy mode, we thought finally we found our man. 3 goals and 10 assists in 83 appearances, bombing up and down that left wing like a man possessed. But here's where it gets absolutely infuriating, Leeds faithful. Transfer expert Graham Bailey has confirmed that Adam Underwood and the boys were very keen on bringing Brown back to England. We're talking about a player who had Milan knocking on his door, but instead chose the bright lights of Istanbul and Jose Mourinho's charm offensive. Can you believe it? A $7 million move to Fenerbahce when he could have been wearing the famous white shirt of Leeds United. This is the kind of rejection that cuts deep because it wasn't about money. It was about ambition, about prestige, about choosing the special one over the championship winners. And you know what makes this even more painful? We've been linked with Brown before. Back in January 2024, we were circling alongside Everton and Burnley, but he stayed put at Gent. Now he's finally ready to move, and he's chosen Turkish football over the Premier League with Leeds United. This isn't just a transfer miss. Leeds faithful. It's a statement about where we stand in the football hierarchy right now. And it's about to get even worse when I tell you about the Brazilian midfielder who looked at our offer and basically laughed in our faces. If you thought the Archie Brown rejection was bad, wait until you hear about this next kick in the teeth that'll have you questioning everything about our transfer strategy. We're talking about Douglas Luiz, the former Aston Villa star who was offered to Leeds United on a silver platter and basically told us to jog on. Here's what's got me absolutely livid, Leeds faithful. Douglas Luiz was available. This $42 million Brazilian international midfielder was there for the taking after his failed move from Aston Villa to Juventus fell through, and the Italian giants were willing to take a financial hit just to get him off their books. But when Leeds United came knocking with what should have been an attractive proposition, Premier League football, a passionate fan base, and the chance to be a star player. What did we get in return? A cold shoulder that would make an Arctic winter feel tropical. According to reports, Luis simply wasn't interested in joining Leeds United. Not interested. Can you believe the audacity? Here we are offering him the chance to light up Elland Road and become a legend among the Leeds faithful, and he turns his nose up like we're some non-league side begging for scraps. But wait, it gets even more infuriating. While Douglas Luiz was giving us the cold shoulder, guess who comes swooping in with their fancy London lights and Premier League stability? West Ham United. And suddenly the same player who couldn't be bothered with Leeds is tempted by the Hammers' approach. Gazzetta dello Sport confirms that talks are underway and all parties are keen to see the deal go through. West Ham are willing to pay a $10 million loan fee with an obligation to buy for up to $30 million, while we're left looking like mugs who couldn't convince a player to choose passion over predictability. This isn't just about losing a target, Leeds faithful. It's about the harsh reality that players see West Ham as a more established Premier League side than us right now. That stings worse than a Yorkshire winter, but it's the truth we need to face. And if you think that's the end of our transfer window horrors, you're in for another shock, because the third blow involves a $21.6 million versatile defender who's about to make our left-back situation look even more desperate. And here comes the final knife twist in what's becoming the most frustrating transfer window in recent memory. Leeds faithful, El Hadji Malik Diouf, the 21-year-old, 6 million Senegal international who could have been our defensive savior, is heading to West Ham for a medical next week, while we're left counting our pennies and wondering what could have been. This is the kind of signing that makes you want to scream at your TV screen, because we needed this player. El Hadji Malik Diouf isn't just any defender. He's the versatile genius who kept Bukayo Saka quiet during Senegal's 3-1 demolition of England at Forest. The kind of performance that should have had every Premier League scout drooling. But here's what's got me absolutely fuming. This guy can play anywhere. Left back, wing back, center back, left of a back three, even in midfield. He's basically Stuart Dallas on steroids. The Slavia Prague chairman called him probably the best player who has been here in the last 10 years and predicted he'd be sold for several times his value in a few years. And where is he going? Not to Leeds United, while we're celebrating Gabriel Gudmundsson's arrival for $10 million. West Ham are swooping in to grab El Hadji Malik Diouf for more than double that amount. They've agreed the full fee with Slavia Prague, and he's already training alone to avoid injury before his big move. Foot Mercado's Santiauna has confirmed it's a done deal. Full agreement reached between West Ham and Slavia Prague for Diouf. Diouf will undergo medical next week. Diouf will play his last game today with Slavia Prague, say goodbye to teammates. This is the pattern that's driving every Leeds fan to despair, isn't it? We identify quality targets, we show interest, and then watch helplessly as bigger clubs with deeper pockets swoop in to take them away. First Archie Brown to Fenerbahce, then Douglas Luiz tempted by West Ham, and now El Hadji Malik Diouf heading to the London Stadium. The most painful part? We're not even fighting for these players anymore. Our interest in Diouf apparently dissipated somewhat after signing Gudmundsson, as if we couldn't use both quality and depth in our squad. Meanwhile, West Ham are building a team that could challenge for Europe, while we're left hoping our single signing per position will be enough. This transfer window has exposed the harsh reality of where Leeds United stands in the football hierarchy right now. Leeds faithful, we're not the destination club we once were. And until we prove ourselves consistently in the Premier League, we'll keep watching our targets choose other clubs over Elland Road. So here's my question for you. Leeds faithful, are you satisfied with settling for second choice targets while our rivals strengthen with the players we actually wanted? Because if these 3 defeats don't light a fire under this club to change our approach, I don't know what will. Smash that like button if you're as frustrated as I am. Tell me in the comments which of these 3 defeats hurt the most, and make sure you're subscribed, because this transfer window is far from over and we need to stick together through whatever comes next. Marching on together even when it feels like we're marching uphill in a storm.